So, if it isn't Zordia! It's always a pleasure, my friend. And how fortuitous that you should appear now, just when I'm in need of help again. Pray hear me out. You see, my brother recently wrote saying that he wished to meet me in Ul'dah during the Rising celebration. However, the appointed hour has come and gone, but I've seen neither hide nor hair of him. I've checked all the likely places in the city to no avail, and I'm beginning to worry. If it isn't too much trouble, may I ask you to help me find him? I am in your debt. Now, my brother is a youth of 16 by the name of Nagi. He recently became an adventurer, something he had aspired to since he was little. Being an adventurer yourself, perhaps you know of him, if not crossed paths?
I think, was he in the previous Rising? He sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
Not only did you meet him, you helped him on his way, you say? What an amazing coincidence! That being said, it doesn't necessarily mean you would know where he is now. If he isn't in the city, though, chances are he went outside on some business. To begin with, I propose we split up and make inquiries in case someone has seen him. If you could focus on this area, I shall speak with those in the quicksand. Afterwards, let us reconvene by the entrance to the tavern. Greetings, adventurer. How may I assist you? Oh, Nagi, I understand he's doing some work for the Wandering Minstrel. I dare say his client can point you in the right direction. If you can track the man down, that is. I'm afraid I don't know his whereabouts at present. Huh? Something you need? Oh, Nagi. I know the sprightly lad. Couldn't say where he is now, but at last I saw him, he mentioned taking on some delivery work. He's a curious lad, he is. Gets along with everyone well enough, but doesn't seem to like working in a team. What with talk of bandits prowling the road, of late I can't help but worry.
Uh-oh. Where'd he go?
Something I can do for you, adventurer. If you've business with Bran, best state it quickly. This Gaz has leads to follow and incidents to investigate for the Harbor Herald. I see. With apologies, I haven't seen this Nagi. As a matter of fact, I've been rather busy working on my upcoming piece on the Rising. Why, just earlier I was interviewing an ever-enigmatic wandering minstrel who's got another unusual venture in the offing. The Letter Forest, he calls it. And that piques your interest, I recommend you go and see the man. He's at the Gold Court over on the steps of Thal.
Okay, let's go to the Gold Court.
Ah, my dear friend, what a pleasant surprise this is. I trust you've been keeping well. Now then, how might this minstrel be of service?
We're looking for someone.
So Nagi's sister wishes to find him. Indeed, I've entrusted him with a task, and have an inkling as to where he might be. As you may have heard, on the occasion of this Rising celebration, I'm hosting an exhibit called the Letter Forest. All are invited to anonymously submit letters to this forest and express their gratitude and encouragement for another. And all may peruse the letters at their leisure. Now, in order to collect missives from outside of Ul'dah, I've dispatched a chocobo carriage. Nagi is escorting said carriage. When he contacted me on Linkportal a while ago, he said that they had emerged from the Twelveswood on their way back to Ul'dah. Given the hour, they should have already arrived. I know not what is causing the delay, but might I trouble you to look for them? I would go myself, except I am needed here at present. I'm truly grateful. In case it helps, the carriage was meant to pass through Blackbrush Station, so perhaps you could take your search to that area. I pray that nothing has befallen them.
There you are. Were you able to learn aught of Nagi? Escorting a carriage for the minstrel, so that is the way of it. As suggested, let us take ourselves to Blackbrush Station and try searching in the vicinity. Zordia, no sooner did I arrive than this man came running out of breath.
You're an adventurer? Think the 12! It's the bandits from the Quiveron Manse. They've fallen on a chocobo carriage over by the clutch. The carriage only had one guard, and he was sorely outnumbered. Please, you must help him.
That has to be Nagi, with me, Zordia.
Damn it. There's no end to them. We have you now, you stubborn little shite.
Enough! Leave my little brother alone, or 12 is my witness, you'll receive such a thrashing as you've never known. From this fearsome adventurer here, that is.
That's no ordinary woman! Retreat!
Are you all right, Nagi?
Oh, it's you!
Sister? And Zordia, too?
that you should be the one to come to my aid. Thank you.
How have you been, Nagi?
You remembered. I've been well. More than well. I'm sorry I didn't come when I said I would, sister, but rest assured I'm not too badly hurt.
That's a relief. I'll take a proper look at your wounds back in the city. I must say, I was quite surprised to learn that you had met Zordia.
She helped me when I first arrived in Ul'dah, from registering as an adventurer to completing my first task. She kindly showed me the ropes. Now, I had suspected that you were a great adventurer, but to send your foes running without even drawing your weapon, that's just incredible. I still have a long way to go, embarrassing myself like I did. If I want Sister's approval, I need to grow stronger and be able to fight on my own.
My approval?
But first things first. Bremont and I have a delivery to make for the Rising. If you'll excuse us, we will hurry back to Ul'dah.
Let us head back as well. I had a mind to pay the minstrel a visit in any case.
Welcome back, my friends. Pleased am I to see that Nagi is safe and well. Rising attendants inform me they now have all the letters. With this, we may proceed with the letter forest as planned. Thank you, Nagi. I'm so sorry I'm late. You see,
We got stopped by some bandits and stuff.
were it not for Zordia, there's no telling what might have become of the letters in Bremont. In the end, I was utterly useless. So that's how it happened. As Nagi's client, allow me to thank you as well for coming to his aid. That being said, my boy, you were far from useless. Nay, you bravely defended the carriage until help arrived. There's no need to belittle yourself so. Well, Zordia didn't need to rely on anyone. No, she drove off the bandits with nary more than a stern look. Couldn't hold a candle to her. Like her, I want to be able to deal with any problem without help. Otherwise, I can't claim to be an adventurer worth his salt.
Without help? Tell me, Nagi, all this time, have you been working alone? Even for dangerous tasks?
That's right. A worthy adventurer doesn't rely on others. If I'm to be the kind of adventurer you approve of, I must be able to handle anything by myself.
I see. If that is what you believe, then I can't consent to you being an adventurer any longer. Return to our village and start over.
What? But you were so happy for me when I became an adventurer. I'm working so hard to succeed, to prove to you that I have what it takes. But now,
you've developed a grave misconception. Until you recognize what it is, I can't in good conscience approve of your calling. If you can't accept this, if you wish to remain an adventurer, then you must win me over. And it begins with pondering why you first embarked upon this path.
All right, sister, I'll think on this.
Sad cat.
I'm sorry you had to see that, Zordia. Despite how it may have appeared, no one wants my brother to succeed more than I do. To succeed and be happy. After all, I know better than any how hard he works. Unless he changes his ways, however, he is like to die somewhere out there, and even if he manages to stay alive, he would only know an arduous life. That's why I didn't go out of my way to be gentle when addressing his wounds. If he could just focus on what actually matters, instead he obsesses about gaining my approval and compares himself to others. If truth be told, no matter what Nagi wants to do, it is my intent to support him. It's his life, after all, and no one else's. It isn't my place to interfere. Be that as it may, he is sabotaging his own aspirations with his obsession for my approval. I can't simply stand idly by and watch. Loath though I am to impose until my brother has found his answer, might I trouble you to keep an eye on him?
Please take it as a request from me as well. Ever has adventuring been dangerous, and it is more dangerous still for one who spurns help. Like Kippy, I do not wish for Nagi to continue on his current path. As a fellow adventurer, please help him find a better way.
Thank you. Now then, on a related matter, I must pay a visit to the Weavers' Guild, but I will see you again anon, if you'll excuse me.
Nagi set off this way, so you may find him at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. We leave him in your capable hands, friend. Oh, it's you, Zordia. What is it? Is that so? I'm sorry. This really is something I should be doing alone, so it's nice to have someone to talk to. Like my sister bade me, I'm pondering why I chose to become an adventurer in the first place. Kippy has looked after me since I was no more than 10, after our parents passed away. She was already a reporter by then, and her work took her to various places. From her I heard tales about adventurers and came to admire them. Upon learning of the full extent of the impending calamity, she took us to a village in the mountains where our aunt lived. It's desperate times like these that people need stories of hope, she used to say, and I believe she had wanted to remain in Gridania and continue her work, but she left in order to keep me safe. I was a burden to her then. I don't want to be a burden to her again. For that, I need to show her that I don't need to depend on others, that I am a capable adventurer who can handle anything by himself. Ponder as much as I might, I can't understand what's wrong with that. Well, when in doubt, I suppose I should do what adventurers do and gather information. It would be good, I think, to speak with people like my sister, who aren't adventurers, but are familiar with them. Who in Ul'dah would fit that description?
How about the face of the Adventurers Guild? Oh.
Of course, who else but Miss Momodi? In her capacity as guild representative, she's bound to have some valuable insights. I'll seek her out at once. I still remember when I first came here to sign up. I was a nervous wreck then, but now this place feels like a second home. And I come all the time for crumpets. They make them so springy and serve them downing in butter and honey. Sorry, now isn't the time for that. Come, let's have a chat with Miss Momodi.
Well now, if it isn't Zordia and Nagi, to what do I owe the pleasure of both your companies today?
I was hoping to get your advice on a certain matter.
The misconception you've developed about being an adventurer, that's an interesting one, I have to admit.
Try as I might to figure it out, I keep going around in circles. I thought you might be able to offer some insights.
This is just a gut feeling, but I reckon I understand what your sister's trying to say. Tell me, Nagi, suppose you fail to get your sister's approval. Would you simply give up on being an adventurer? Would it all become meaningless? From this here counter, I've indeed seen off many an adventurer, each and every one unique, with dreams and destinations all their own. But in spite of their differences, they all share something in common, a reason for first embarking upon their journey. Zordia, would you mind telling us why you chose the adventure in life?
I wanted to see the world. It seemed exciting. A friend recommended it to me. I wanted to see the world.
How very like you. Keep that reason close to your heart now, you hear? And you, Nagi? What inspired you to become an adventurer?
It's simple, really. I heard about adventurers from my sister and became infatuated with the lives they led. Like them, I wanted to be able to see the world while helping those in need.
Then isn't that enough? Your sister's approval or no, you have a reason all your own.
Cute.
By the 12, I see now. At some point, my desire to prove myself to Kippy has displaced my own motive for being an adventurer. And that's the misconception Kippy wanted me to recognize. What a fool I've been.
Wanting someone's approval isn't wrong in and of itself, mind, but it's got nothing to do with why you're an adventurer. It shouldn't force you to do things you wouldn't otherwise do, like trying to handle everything on your own. Well, that's enough for me for today. I've said my piece. What you do now is up to you, Nagi.
Thank you for helping me realize, Miss Momodi.
Think nothing of it. It's my job to watch over you all. Nothing makes me happier than to see you happy, doing what you do.
Thank you too, Zordia, for accompanying me. I think I know what to say to Kippy now. And loath though I am to trouble you again, there's something else I'd like your help with. You see, of the letters we collected in Limsalominsa, one was from an explorer who was seeking an escort for an expedition. By now that letter should be on display at the Gold Court. I want to show it to my sister, and I'd be grateful if you could help me find it. Come, let's rejoin the minstrel. Welcome back. Dare I hope you were able to find your answer? Yes, I'm happy to say, Miss Momodi helped me to come to a realization when I go to speak with my sister. I see. By all means, feel free to borrow the letter. Does it have any distinguishing characteristics? As I recall, there was a large drawing of a blue chocobo on it. Very well, let us all search together, the more swiftly to find it.
As someone charged with the city's peace, I cannot overstate how much of a boon adventurers are to our efforts. Some folk had expressed concern that an increase in drifters would see a corresponding rise in crime, but on the contrary, they are steadily declining. Soldiers like ourselves are somewhat limited to the scope of our duties, and we are not always available to lend our citizens what assistance they need. Thus, would I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to adventurers who step up to fill the void.
Esteemed adventurer, should you chance to read this letter, I pray it finds you well. Much time has passed since you helped us to rebuild in the wake of that terrible disaster, but we still remember you most fondly. Our lives continue to be hard, and every day brings new challenges. Nonetheless, we have regained a semblance of what we once had, and smiles are beginning to return to faces. The morrow will be brighter than today. This we dare to believe, now thanks to you. And should you yourself face hardship, I pray that you believe the same.
Dear not-so-new adventurer, as a traveling merchant, I had my fair share of happy encounters, but sharing a carriage with you stands out above them all. For you see, I went on to sell veritable crate loads of the ring I gave you, and turned enough of a profit to buy my own carriage. You shared with me your adventurer's luck, and I count my blessings every day. No matter where I go, I often hear tell of your exploits, and it makes me inordinately proud to have met you. Till we meet again, my friend, I pray for your continued safety and success.
Dear adventurer, how fares your journey? Mine continues, and I wake up to the sound of bird song, and lie down to sleep beneath the moonlight as I seek unblazed trails. Long ago, when an adventurer aided me, I was made to realize how alike we are. Deep down, we are simply travelers who thrill to make new discoveries. Thus do I write this letter now, in hopes of recruiting such like-minded souls to join me on an expedition. If you at all share in my desire to make the uncharted charted, then I invite you to seek me out at the Downing Wench in Limsalominsa. Eagerly do I wait your coming. No luck here so far, how about you? A blue chocobo! Yes, this is the one. All that's left then is to talk to Kippy. Do you know where she is? She went to the Weavers Guild, saying that she had business there. Perhaps she's buying clothes. At any rate, I'll look for her there. Thank you. For this, too, might I trouble you to accompany Managi. Afterwards, I ask that you tell me how events unfold. I shall await you at the Ruby Road Exchange. You're here too, Zordia. I must confess, I'm feeling rather nervous, so I appreciate your presence.
Oh dear, you came to find me. My apologies for taking so long. So, Nagi, were you able to find the answer?
Aye. To begin with, I want you to take a look at this.
An explorer is assembling an escort for an expedition? Certainly sounds exciting.
In wanting your approval, I was determined not to rely on others, but a part of me dearly wanted to be part of the expedition, to go where I dare not set foot alone, so I've decided that I will answer the invitation.
Then, this means you've given up on trying to do everything else alone?
I'd wanted to prove to you that I'm capable, that I am no longer a burden, and in my obsession I lost sight of why I became an adventurer in the first place. To see what lies beyond the horizon, and lend a helping hand to those I meet. That's what drives me, and I was able to remember this thanks to Miss Momodi and Zordia. And whether or not to approve, I want to continue adventuring for my own reasons. Is that all right with you?
Didn't you just say you didn't need my approval? But to be clear, I never actually intended to stop you. Do you remember what you once told me, Nagi, shortly before the calamity struck?
Oh, flashback?
Did you interview adventurers again today? What were they like? What kind of places have they been to? You never get sick of hearing about adventurers, do you?
Never, ever! When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer too.
Aww.
Well, that's as fine an aspiration as any. But do you know what kind of adventurer you wish to be? A hero like in the tales, perhaps?
Oh, no, sister. Not a hero. Adventurers are free spirits, and I want to be the freest spirit of all. Oh, yes. I'll travel the world and meet lots of people. And when I visit home, you can interview me as much as you like.
Aw, cute.
For that boy to spurn help for want of my approval, I couldn't bear to see it. And in order to bring you to your senses, I may have spoken a little sternly. As an adventurer, you'll experience no small amount of hardships. but you chose your path because you wanted to be free. So don't let yourself be shackled by expectation, be it your own or that of others, and instead take things as they come. So long as you are true to yourself and recognize your limits, you'll surely find a way forward. And remember, not even heroes can accomplish everything alone. Relying on others doesn't make you a lesser adventurer. If anything, the freer we are, the more we need to look out for one another. And that, I believe, is the essence and beauty of adventuring. Wouldn't you agree, Zordia?
Wholeheartedly.
Understood, Kippy. I won't ever forget this.
Knowing you, I expect you're raring to answer the explorer's petition in Limsalomensa. They'll be taking an airship, yes? In which case, I shall give these garments to you now.
I knew she was getting him clothes.
I had them made for you, thinking it was past time you had something better.
For me? Thank you so much, sister. I must thank you too, Zordia. You're the kind of adventurer I admire, and I'll keep on working hard to be like you.
I couldn't have asked for a better person to watch over my little brother. I appreciate everything you've done for him, and look forward to meeting you again, be it for a story or something else. With that, we take our leave of you. Till next time.
You see the siblings off, safe in the knowledge that all will be well. Time to rejoin the wandering minstrel and relay to him the tale's happy conclusion. Okay, we gotta talk to Yoshi P.
Welcome back, my friend. Judging by your expression, I take it all is well with Nagi and Kippy?
Yes, we're fine. They are fine.
I see. Pleased am I to hear that. When we first set out on our journey, 'tis usually for the simplest of reasons. Yet as we make our way, those reasons may become lost in a haze of motives, causing us to lose sight of what truly matters. In such a time, if we can but remember what prompted us to take our first step, we will always find the strength to take the next. Nagi shall be fine, I am certain of it. My thanks for keeping an eye on him. These events have inspired a new verse in me, a verse about the dreams of those who seek new worlds, and the hopes of those who see them off.
All right, Yoshi P. Show me. Give me my mount. The airship's flying itself? Wait. We land in Praetorium.
Greetings, warrior of light. This is a world that exists outside of your reality. Could it be a dream, a flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again, as I have in the past. I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. 10 years have now passed since the world was reborn from its ashes. Since we set forth upon this journey. Countless things have happened during that time, and I've had the pleasure of meeting many an adventurer along the way. If truth be told, it hasn't always been easy. There are moments when I wonder why I must struggle so. Days when I'm tempted to cast it all aside. But in spite of this, I always manage to carry on, and it's thanks to my wonderful comrades, and to you, our esteemed adventurers. By now, I must have been regaled with tens of thousands of your tales. You usually share them with me, with a smile, but even when it is with a frown, you tell me that you're still enjoying yourself. 'Tis no exaggeration to say that I derive all of my driving force from you all. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Ours is an unending journey, and nothing would make me happier than if we could keep walking it together. As you make your way, we promise that we will be at your side, matching you step for step. Now, the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Much time has passed since the world was reborn from its ashes. Countless souls have made this place their home. Every single one has left an incredible mark upon it.
Hey! Aww. Yes. We love you, Yoshi P! I have I can feel it in my throat. Together we have built this world, and it is our sincerest hope that we shall continue to do so for many years to come. So please be safe and well. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Aww. I just thought of something really sad. Bro, why do I do this to myself?
I dare say Nagi is aboard the airship by now. I pray that he and Kippy will find happiness upon their respective paths. I hope you do so as well, my friend. If you would lend me an ear, I would dedicate these verses to your future.
By morning light the journey starts, a trill of hope within our hearts. On westerly winds to river song, into the world where we belong. I don't know. Aw, this is sweet. Above the fields of white and azure sky, sunset storm, a crimson fire, jewels a-glitter on a pitchback field, a new day dawns, so goes the tale. What if it was a rap song? By eternal wind we carry on, boldly towards the golden morn, with memories a guiding star, shining our steps both near and far. Aww.
Where you will go, whom you will meet, what you will see, there is no telling what the future holds for anyone. Yet come what may, I bid you never forget this. The bonds you forge, the memories you make, and the footprints you leave behind, they shall one day spur you forward. So pray continue walking your own path wherever your journey leads. I shall be praying for your happiness.
Yay for new event and for mount. With memories shared, yet all our own, as one we brave frontiers unknown. Thank you for 10 years. Oh, that's sweet. This was sweet. This was a sweet event. Aw. Hey!